They say that I'm wasted potential, meant to make my days all uneventful, but sometimes I can't help but stay at home. Told corn buds to cope with my mental. She says that I'm kind and I'm gentle, but really I'm just scared to be alone. Maybe if I tell you that I hate you, then you'll give me my space. Maybe if I say I love you, then you'll throw it back in my face. I'm a homebody, don't owe nobody nothing. Thought she was bluffing, but she really took my breath away. Dreamt about it yesterday. I'm a homebody, don't go nobody's functions, and she come to the junction just to take my breath away. Dreamt about it yesterday. I might step out in my slide, this ain't going nowhere. Please don't ask me how my mind is, cause you don't care. I need someone to confide in, someone I can trust, cause I'm getting sick of hiding. Maybe if I tell you that I hate you, then you'll give me my space. Maybe if I say I love you, then you'll throw it back in my face. I'm a homebody, don't owe nobody nothing. Thought she was bluffing, but she really took my breath away. Dreamt about it yesterday. I'm a homebody, don't go nobody's functions, and she come to the junction just to take my breath away. Dreamt about it yesterday.
guys. We're gonna be starting like a few minutes. Oh, I think that is the person we're waiting on. A couple of minutes just to get everything started, and then we'll go from there.
Sunrise diving. I'm the boy in the movie scene who just wants to leave and never come back. And you're the perfect company. You got dreams like me. Please can you take me away? So let me ride away with you. Into the dark, into my heart, I follow you. Let me ride away with you. 'Cause all of my scars are broken inside and I need you. I need you, need you, need you. I need you, need you, need you. I see myself in you, the same shade of blue, but I'm not as strong. Yeah, I see the pain you carry, and I wanna be there for you. Oh, so let me ride away with you. Into the dark, into my heart, I follow you. Let me ride away with you.
Okay.
'Cause all of my scars are broken.
Okay. We have all our judges here, so we can honestly get started. Okay. Hello and welcome everyone to SCP Xi class demo day. Today, our spring 2021 class will be presenting the starters that they've been working on throughout the semester. This day truly represents a culmination of all the hard work that our newest class has put in over the last 10 weeks through our accelerator program. They are second class to go through all this process 100% virtually, and they have come to produce some really amazing and exciting startups. Today, our five judges will be evaluating the presentation on both their overall content and delivery, and each group will have 7 minutes to pitch their company. Then we'll open it up to the judges for roughly 4 minutes of feedback and Q&A. So before we get started, I just want to give a big shout out to the rest of eBoard. They're all here and they're all helping today to make Demo Day possible. So shout out there. And then I really want to give an extra shout out to the Founders Ed team in particular. Vera, Katrina, and Joel really did put in so much of their personal time and effort to help support Xi class in figuring out their problem, solution, and getting their startups to this point. Now I want to introduce each one of our amazing judges. And for the judges, I'm going to be reading a little intro to you guys, and then feel free to unmute yourself after and just say a quick hello. So first we have Maninder Dhaliwal. Maninder Dhaliwal is the president and co-founder of Lionsgate International and Women Angels Collective. She received her master's in electrical engineering from University of British Columbia and executive education from Harvard Business School. She serves as an independent corporate director for public, private, and crown companies, advising large, established organizations on business transformations through the use of technology and innovation. She currently serves as an independent member of the Audit Committee at Environment and Climate Change Canada and on the board of directors for Harvard Club of Business Columbia and the Indus Entrepreneurs Vancouver chapter. So you can say hello if you want.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here.
Yes, awesome. Okay, next we got Anthony Borquez. Anthony is an expert at building and scaling creative tech businesses. He is a founder of Grab, a leader in augmented and virtual reality. He also founded Blue Label Games, an early leader in mobile game development, which was later acquired by Konami. Prior to Blue Label, Anthony co-founded Spatiant Technologies, a location-based mobile startup acquired by Dribble. Anthony has also been teaching at USC for 20 plus years, and he is actually SAP's faculty advisor.
Hey everyone, hi Lily, thanks for having me. Really looking forward to this today.
Yeah, no, same here. Yeah, awesome. Third, we got Monica Dean. Monica is the managing director at Lloyd Grice Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. She served most recently as director of the Jill Kerr Conway Innovation Entrepreneurship Center at Smith College. And prior to her time at Smith, Monica served as a senior vice president at the Initiative for a Competitive Intercity, where her responsibilities included creation and oversight of the National Business School Network. Monica is also a mentor and E-team reviewer for VentureWell, a member of the Mass Mutual Catalyst Fund Investment Committee, an advisor council member of CNBC Distributor 2021, and a member of Pipeline Angels.
Hey everyone, great to be here and I look forward to hearing all the teams this evening. Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, and lastly, we have Ayush Jain. Ayush is the CTO and co-founder of Perch Credit, which is a service that is working to break the barriers of traditional credit building by allowing users to log their recurring payments, such as subscriptions or rent, as credit history to improve their credit scores immediately. Ayush also joined SAP Spring 2019 as part of Kappa class, and during his time in the organization, he served as VP of External Affairs. So good to see him back here.
What's up, guys? Great to be back. I think I guess it's been about 2 years since we're in the same shoes here. But yeah, no, great to see that everything's going and running smoothly.
That's awesome. Yeah, literally full circle. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I want to just say another big thanks to our judges again for taking the time to be here today and listen to Zai Class's startups. And after all the teams present, our judges will deliberate for roughly 10 minutes to decide the top startup, and the team will receive $1,000 in seed money that has been provided by the Lloyd Grice Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. We will also be having an audience choice prize of $500, so everyone streaming in today on Twitch, make sure to look out for the link to vote for your favorite startup. It will happen at the end. And with that, I would now like to pass it off to my VP of Founders Ed, Vera. Go for it.
Thanks, Lily. Again, thank you to the judges for taking the time out to join us tonight and to see our teams present their fantastic startups. I would also like to thank my Founders Ed team, Joel and Katrina, for their leadership and commitment for the past several months, which has made this whole semester a success. The Founders Education team and I have had the pleasure of instructing and mentoring our newest members for the past 11 weeks, and we're incredibly excited to see their hard work pay off. All members presenting tonight have committed 11 weeks of their time in the SAP Startup Accelerator program alongside their studies and have developed unique solutions to problems faced by both businesses and consumers. From customer discovery to MVPs to pitching, they've worked really hard to be here tonight. So together, we're really proud to present Sigma Eta Pi's Spring 2021 startups. We're going to be seeing startups in industries like food and beverage, payments, fashion, tech, healthcare, health and wellness, and fitness. So without further ado, starting us off tonight is Splate. Again, each team will have 7 minutes to present, followed by a 4-minute Q&A segment. And judges, I'm going to be sending the judging criteria sheet in the chat as well. And for the startup teams, there will be a hard stop at the 7-minute mark, and I will start timing you when you begin. So Splate, if you're ready, you can go ahead and share screen.
Hi, we think it's Kinetic that's going first.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to go first. We switched with Splate.
Oh, okay, sure. Then Kinetic, go ahead.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kinetic Delivery, a platform seeking to connect eager home cooks to local restaurants for novelty meal kits. My name is Reese Chang, and I'm a current freshman studying business administration, and I currently have some experience in the restaurant industry, and I'm currently handling the operations behind the business.
I'm Christine Faceja, also a freshman studying business administration, and I handle most of the marketing.
And I'm Isabella Rocha, a freshman studying computer science and also business administration. And I handle the finances and technology aspects of the business. How many times have you been eating at your favorite restaurant and wish that you could recreate your meal at home? Recently, restaurants have noticed this issue and have started curating meal kits in an attempt to solve it. These are partially prepared meals that you can complete on your own time with friends and family. With food-centric at-home get-togethers being more popular than ever due to the pandemic, jumping into the meal kit scene gives restaurants a new revenue stream that doesn't require customers to take up space and time in the restaurant. However, there's been relatively little exposure of these restaurant meal kits, as the industry is dominated by subscription-based services such as HelloFresh and Blue Apron. The lack of a centralized platform makes restaurant meal kits extremely hard for customers to find, especially if they don't already have a specific restaurant in mind.
Now, this is where Kinetic Delivery comes into play. We will create a digital space in which restaurants can advertise their meal kits to prospective customers, giving them restaurant meal kit options all in one easy-to-find place. We will handle the delivery, sending one of our staff to pick up their meal kits from the restaurant and deliver it straight to the consumer's doorstep. Now, as you can see, customers are able to visit our website and are presented with a wide variety of restaurant meal kits to choose from. Restaurants also have the option to sign up on our website to have their meal kits listed. And now I'll pass it on to my partner, Christine, who will discuss some of the restaurants who have already expressed interest in our service after multiple customer discovery calls.
So currently, 3 restaurants have validated the need for our service. Zucker's Bagels in New York, Uba Tuba, and Gorilla Tacos in LA have all expressed interest in putting their meal kit service in hopes of reaching more customers. The meal kit industry has exploded in recent years. With an evaluation of just $1.5 billion in 2016, the market is expected to be more than 10 times that in 2022, with an evaluation of $11 billion. While the majority of the market is controlled by standalone meal kit companies, restaurants have continuously been seeking ways to break into this space. A centralized platform dedicated to partnering with restaurants will allow both our company and local restaurants to take advantage of this booming industry. So kinetic energy in general will save consumers time while allowing them to recreate fresh restaurant meals with their friends and family from the comfort of their own homes. Our target market are foodies who enjoy social gatherings centered around food.
Yeah, so this target market overlaps mostly with millennials, who spend on average almost $200 a month eating out. Aside from their clear willingness to splurge on food, 41% of them also said that they would buy meal kits if their favorite restaurants offer them and they were easy to find, showing the demand for our service. That being said, our total available market is the evaluation of the meal kit industry, which, as Christine said earlier, is over $11 billion, multiplied by the proportion of millennials to the total population of the United States, making it around $2.5 billion. Then, since we're starting in the Los Angeles area, our serviceable available market is adjusted for the number of millennials in LA, making it around $120.3 million. Finally, our serviceable obtainable market takes into account the 41% of consumers who said that they would buy restaurant meal kits if they're offered and easy to find, totaling $49.3 million. Now I'll hand it off to Reese to discuss possible competitors.
Thank you, Isabella. Now, services such as HelloFresh and Blue Apron have played a massive role in the rise of the meal kit industry. These services are monthly subscription plans that deliver scheduled meal kits to your doorstep. However, they've recently been struggling as their retention rate is extremely low. While many customers sign up initially, after just 1 month, 20% of users cancel their subscription. The results are even more startling after just a year, with more than 70% of users cutting ties with that service. Now you might ask yourself, why exactly are these subscription-based services experiencing a decline in customer retention?
Great question, Reese. So this is due to 2 things, a lack of choice and convenience. As most people are impulsive buyers, so being forced to stick to limited meal options on a weekly schedule, it just doesn't fit in with our need for variety and our nature to do things impulsively. So our service recognizes this and thus partners with restaurants to offer a much wider array of products rather than just a few pretty boring options made by a few chefs. In addition, our on-demand ordering model that contrasts with Blue Apron's and HelloFresh's subscription-based system lends itself to a more flexible, quick-paced lifestyle of consumers. And we are confident that this will lead to a much higher retention rate due to the reduced commitment on the consumer's part. Another service that has actually already tried to showcase restaurant meal kits is Goldbelly, a shipping platform for restaurants. However, their focus is national and bulk shipping. So the meal kits that are offered are expensive and hands-off frozen items. So by partnering with local restaurants, we will ensure customers can get meal kits quickly and affordably, as well as open up the possibility for a more hands-on meal experience. Now I'll pass it back to Reese to discuss our business model.
For our business model, we have two main revenue streams, one coming from consumers and one coming from restaurants. On the consumer-facing side, those who order from our platform will be charged both a delivery fee and a service fee, which will amount to around 20%, similar to that of Grubhub and DoorDash. As for the restaurant-facing side, we would charge a base marketing fee, collecting 10% of the revenue generated from each order. Now, this rate can be negotiated with restaurants, being able to pay more to appear higher up on our page. We will also provide the boxes and packaging supplies necessary for a restaurant's first 100 meal kits at no cost to them to help incentivize them to partner with us.
So by the end of 2021, we hope to have partnered with around 10 restaurants across the Los Angeles area. At around our 1-year mark, we hope to partner with more established delivery services such as Grubhub and DoorDash to outsource the delivery of these meal kits. Finally, as we approach the 2-year mark, we hope to expand to other cities and continue connecting local restaurants to eager home cooks all across America. Thank you, and we invite you to come kidnap with us today. We are now open to all and any questions.
Thank you, Kinetic. There will now be 4 minutes of Q&A.
Hey, this is Monica. I have a question. How many restaurants have you spoken to And in particular, you talked about 3, but how many are potentially interested in signing up with you? And are they in the different space within the restaurant industry? Just talk a little bit more about your research with respect to the restaurants.
Of course. So some of our customer discovery, we talked to around 15 to 20 restaurants. They're all in the LA area. Some include some restaurants already have taco kits made, some have pizza kits made, and they all have expressed a sincere interest in our service because right now it's hard for them to advertise to a different group of people, and that's what we plan on doing. We plan on advertising to a new audience where they might not be able to connect to, and we will also be delivering for them, which will ease the time and labor they have.
Yeah, so our initial target for restaurants to partner with are ones that already have their own meal kits, which is why we'd be just handling the marketing and the method to get them out to people and make them more known. So the majority of restaurants we talk to already offer some kind of meal kit. It's just they don't have anywhere to kind of market it and break into this industry.
Yeah, I thought Monica, that was a good question. So I think in a play like this, there's so many different types of restaurants with different types of price points that I think it's, as you continue to talk to more customers or more restaurants, you'll start to get a sense of, where the sweet spot is and where you're really providing the value that they need. I'd also be interested in understanding maybe from your P&L, or I'm not sure if you have this yet, but how many restaurants do you actually need? And how many customers or users do you need to get to a break-even point? Is this something that could be done and with 1,000 customers and 250 orders a day and 30 restaurants, or any idea on what type of scale you need to get to for this thing to look like you could get to a break-even state?
Yeah, so we were hoping to be able to partner with 10 restaurants within the first year, and we were estimating to do around 20 meal kits per restaurant per day. So then the driver pay that we would be implementing is similar to that of DoorDash, Postmates, and that sort of thing, where they pay you per pickup and per drop off. And then we took into account our costs for the average pay per delivery driver, assuming that the average distance would be around 5 miles and it would take them around 15 to 20 minutes to drop it off. They would be taking around $6.60 per order if the average meal kit costs $30. So we'd then be making around $9 per meal kit, And so if we sold 20 meal kits per restaurant per day, we would get around $48 per day in profits.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I have one more question here too. In terms of, I guess like building a marketplace like this, I think especially when it's two-sided, you have the restaurants and the actual consumers. I guess, how do you guys kind of see yourselves solving that like chicken and egg problem here? Do you guys have like a customer acquisition strategy from both sides?
Yeah, so if Christine wants to head to our marketing strategy slide, we plan to optimize technology and word of mouth and also social sustainability. So by using social media platforms such as our existing Instagram and LinkedIn, we plan to promote our business, but also provide customers with more information, articles, and news regarding meal trends and staying active and kind of the upcoming trends within the meal kit industry. And then on our website, also restaurants can directly sign up through that website to kind of make it easier for them to partner with us. And we also hope to, through the creation of blogs, we want to increase traction on our website and touch on a variety of topics in the industry. And so we would do that by partnering with pre-existing food blogs where bloggers can promote our service in exchange for custom discount codes so that followers can use that during checkout.
Got it. Yeah, no, that's super cool. And I guess one other question too. I know you guys also mentioned partnering with some of the folks like Grubhub, Uber Eats. I guess, how would that look like in the context of your guys' product? Like where would you guys sit there?
Yeah, so currently as a small startup, we would be trying to sign like exclusivity agreements with the restaurants so that our, I guess, our idea is not like stolen or adopted by these bigger companies. And as we grow, we want to try and either partner with Grubhub or Uber Eats in the sense that their delivery network is much wider, much greater. But we also plan on expanding simply beyond delivering meal kits. We want to implement like customizable meal kit options where people can calculate calories, like specific proteins. In addition, we also want to help restaurants package the meal kits because a lot of restaurants don't have the necessary time or labor to do that. So that's in the future. We want to kind of expand to that area.
Yeah, so this way in the future, we'll be able to kind of differentiate ourselves from.
We've hit our 4-minute mark, so that's our 4 minutes. But thank you guys.
Thank you.
I believe next is Rooty, so go ahead and share your screen and we will start when you're ready.
Hi, my name is Ella, and as a recently certified health coach, I have made it my goal to grow my business by onboarding new clients. However, I have spent hours trying to find new clients and have been unable to find an efficient method. After asking my peers how they were trying to grow their platforms, I got the exact same response. No one was able to easily find people to connect with, and this is how I met Lexi.
Hi, I'm Lexi, and I was looking for a health coach just like Ella for months, but I had no idea where to find her. Why couldn't we connect? After dozens of customer discovery calls, we learned that this was not a problem just for us, but for the health coaching industry as a whole. New health coaches, those just starting out, have a really hard time finding clients and spend over 20 hours a week trying to find them. That's more than half of a full-time work week. On the other hand, potential clients have just as hard of a time finding a health coach. 80% of Americans have a hard time finding one, even though more than half are trying to.
Rooty is a platform that connects health coaches with potential clients, saving both parties time and money, giving access to health coaching and providing health coaches with a simple solution to grow their clientele and business. We are targeting new health coaches. They look at health with a holistic scope. It is more than just the food on your plate and the time you spend at the gym. They go against the grain of one-size-fits-all wellness, unlike many mainstream approaches, and embrace the radical uniqueness of each individual.
As you can see in this demonstration, signing up for Rooty as a client takes just a few minutes. When they first sign up, they'll take a short survey about their health goals, budget, and basic demographics such as age and gender. Their answers to this survey will help us match them to 3 to 5 health coaches that are uniquely suited to help someone just like them. Clients will be able to book their first session, message their health coach, and make payments directly through our website. Health coaches will go through a different but similarly simple process that allows us to ensure their legitimacy as a knowledgeable health coach. Health coaching is also a very quickly growing industry, currently valued at about $7 billion and expected to continue to grow at about 5% every year for the next 4 years. Consumers are increasingly health conscious, and more are turning to health coaches to help them reach their goals. There are currently over 100,000 health coaches in the United States, and every year about 10,000 more enter the market. These new health coaches are the ones who can benefit the most from using Rooty. We estimate that about 25% of these are in California, where we have the most reach. This slice of the market in itself is worth almost $150 million. Health coaching ranges from about $50 to over $300, depending on the experience level and expertise of the health coach. On Rooty, coaches will be able to set their own prices. We plan on taking just a 10% commission each time a client books with them. Since most coaches book their clients in packages, we'll receive our entire commission upfront, which reduces leakage from the platform. For an average client who books a 6-month package, our commission will be $120. So if we're able to match each of the 2,500 health coaches with just one client, our revenue for the first year will be $300,000. Additionally, since the average time to work with a client is just a few months, health coaches will keep coming back to our platform for more.
After talking to health coaches in the industry, we have found a dire need for this service. We collected 6 letters of validation from health coaches who are enthusiastic about participating on this platform. They strongly believe that our platform can not only save time and money for health coaches, but also improve the overall experience of health coaching. Additionally, we have already talked to clients and health coaches who are willing to be on our platform today. We have found 5 potential clients who are searching for a health coach and 10 health coaches who are ready to be matched. This validated our hypothesis that this is a true need in the holistic health coaching industry that new coaches are willing to pay for. Although there are other places for health coaches and clients to connect, they do not fulfill the needs of either side. An online presence on social media and Yelp is impersonal and often requires certain expertise to reach a potential client and gain their trust. These current platforms are extremely saturated and make it hard for new health coaches to stand out and grow their platforms. For Wellness Co. aims to connect businesses with clients. However, they target well-established functional medicine doctors and make it seemingly impossible for new coaches to stand out. Other sites we have discovered, such as Body360 and Parsley Health, have high monthly prices and do not make it easy to find a health coach or client. With Rooty, personalization and connection is at the top of our priorities. Through our thorough matching methods, we ensure that clients will find their ideal health coach that fits their wants and needs. Additionally, the process in itself takes minutes and immediately connects to health coach and clients when they sign on to book.
Our go-to-market strategy will begin with onboarding new health coaches through Ella's personal network and through Facebook and LinkedIn groups specifically for recent grads of health coaching institutions. This will allow us to reach our ideal target market and fulfill the supply side of our platform. On the other side, our ideal potential clients are between the ages of 22 and 45 with disposable income. We plan on marketing to this group online via Pinterest, Instagram, and a blog on our website. These three places are popular among this demographic and will allow us to educate them on the benefits of having a health coach.
Rooty will not only provide larger access to holistic health, but also create immense value for health coaches by saving them time, money, and the stress of finding clients. Instead of spending half the work week looking for clients, Rooty will allow health coaches to cut down that amount by 10 times. So we as health coaches have more time to work with clients, create specialized plans, expand our knowledge, and grow our business. Additionally, by partnering with Rooty, health coaches will make money faster. Just one successful match made by Rooty will provide health coaches with an average of $1,080. Rooty's fast and efficient matching process will decrease the amount of time and money that coaches spend on marketing and advertising. It's a win for everyone. Our mission is a healthier lifestyle for everyone. At the core of our business, our ethos is to change the world of healthcare and give people the chance to optimize their health and happiness. Holistic health has changed the lives of so many, and we want to make it accessible for everyone. We strive to go against Band-Aid solutions and one-size-fits-all methods and celebrate people's bio-individuality to connect them with plans for their unique needs and target the root cause of their health issues.
Our team is composed of, for one, myself, Lexi Krupski, a junior studying business administration with experience in project management.
And me, Ella Henry, a senior studying business admin with a focus on entrepreneurship. I am also a recently certified health coach practicing holistic health.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today. Please let us know if you have any questions, and we hope you're ready to get Rooty.
Thanks, Rudy. We'll now start our 4-minute Q&A.
Really nice presentation. And I think you guys are tackling an important problem at an interesting time. I was kind of curious who, in terms of the platform that you want to build, how have you thought about kind of acquiring those resources, or have you what's the process to actually build the product?
That's a good question. Yeah, so our plan would first be, we would need a little bit of money, a couple $1,000s to hire a developer. The platform itself is not that complicated. It can be built on something like Shopify. And then as far as the matching in the very beginning, we can do that manually. Eventually, like we said, we want it to be very automatic. So that would be based on keywords that someone enters, where it would then match it with something in, say, a health coach's bio. Yeah, so just a couple $1,000s to build the platform, and then a couple $1,000 more to start our marketing and to get the clients onto there.
What does the experience look like a use case or like a walkthrough of once somebody is connected? Are they after they go through your tutorial, or once they start using your AI to kind of match, are you able to have real-time sessions within your platform, or is that all held asynchronously? How does that part work?
Yeah, so not yet. Eventually it would be really awesome to have a streaming, like something like Zoom integrated with it, or some kind of video chat. But for right now, it would just be, everything would be organized on the platform, and then the actual video sessions or phone calls, whichever one the client prefers, would be set up through the health coach.
Cool.
Hi, a quick question. So as a double-sided market, you need people who use health coaches and who have health coaches. Have you looked at which one you need a critical mass in first, the number of coaches or number of people looking for coaches?
Yeah, so as of now, we think that it'll be a lot easier to get health coaches on. Through all of our interviews, it seems as if each health coach is jumping to be on our platform. And at such a low price, it's honestly integral to them starting and growing their business. So through our marketing efforts, we will be focusing a lot more on the clients and getting them on the platform. And that'll attract the health coaches way more, just because then they'll see that we actually have clients on there. But through all of our customer interviews too, we have realized that customers do want to be on our platform. So although that will be the bigger reach, we know that there's a need there as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So can you tell, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so tell me again about how many potential customers have you spoken to, and how many providers you've spoken to? And you spoke initially about the biggest pain point was the inefficiency in finding specifically who you're looking, somebody who's the right match. Is there anything else that you found during those discussions?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was that new health coaches, all they really have access to is their network in order to connect them with clients. And that's just been proven super inefficient. There's no other platform that really allows them to get out there and meet people and start their business, which is the most important part to becoming a health coach. You need those clients so that you get those testimonials, so that you get that reputation and credibility and are able to grow your business. And right now, they're just not being able to get out there. They're getting their degree and then they're not knowing what to do with it. And then on top of it, we've seen the other side where clients want health coaches and they really want to improve their health and happiness, but there's really no platform for them to find health coaches, especially ones that they really match with. So this platform kind of solves the problem on both ends by connecting them.
And to answer the other part of your question in terms of how many people we've talked to, I think we've probably talked to something like a dozen health coaches, and every single one of them was really excited about this. So like we said, it's kind of a no-brainer for them. On the client side, we did do a survey of about 400 college students, and 40% of them said that they would be interested in working with a health coach.
Thank you, guys. That's our 4 minutes. Next, we have Trackety. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and share your screen.
Okay, awesome.
All right, we good to go?
Yep.
It was a gloomy day in Washington, D.C. With 50,000 sneaker enthusiasts all under one roof, the environment was as electric as ever. This is SneakerCon, the world's biggest sneaker convention. I just purchased 450 assorted pairs and couldn't be more happy about my purchases that day. However, I had a realization. It was a struggle to document exactly which pairs I was buying at what price point due to the volume and having to manually log into my notes and then into my spreadsheet. I knew that there was a way around this.
For the past 5 to 6 years, we have been reselling high-end and sought-after sneakers. These sneakers are being purchased via drops, retailers, off-sellers, and much more. Weekend after weekend, release after release, new loads of inventory needs to be tracked in order to document our progress. With thousands of assorted sneakers being purchased day after day, it has been difficult and tedious to track every single sneaker that has been purchased.
Hello all, my name's Ian, and my partner Kalani and I will be telling you all about our startup Trackity. So a little bit about us. I'm a sophomore studying business administration.
And I'm Kalani, a freshman studying business.
As people that have sold over $9 million in shoes and have had to constantly track inventory manually time and time again, we decided that it would be a good idea to develop our startup in this niche and lucrative industry. Kalani and I both have had years of experience in the sneaker industry, which is why we decided to look into solving an issue in an industry we are so knowledgeable about. Through sneaker resale, Kalani and I have amassed over 25,000 followers on several social media sites. We use this to see our progress over the years, as well as to network and gain exposure.
We have spent the last few months reaching to other backgrounds and asking about their lives as a reseller. We ask these people the same question, and that question is, what is the problem you face as a sneaker reseller every day?
We received many mixed responses since the type of sneaker resale that everyone does varies slightly. However, we found a slight similarity with several responses mentioning that they have a hard time keeping up with tracking their inventory as they believe that it is time consuming as well as inconvenient.
Once this thought was mentioned, we realized that we also face this problem. And that's where the idea of Trackity came. Our problem is that sneaker enthusiasts do not have a steady and reliable way to track their inventory effectively. Oftentimes, it is very difficult to track every single one of our shoes that we are selling or buying, and it becomes extremely time-consuming and tedious to do. After conducting a survey amongst 73 other sneaker resellers, over 90% of them liked the idea of Trackity and said they would definitely use it.
This is why we're looking to create an automated system to simplify and create a fluid interface to organize inventory for sneaker enthusiasts. We believe that this is something that has been missing ever since sneakers has become one of the hottest commodities out in the market. Pictured on the left here is a barcode on a typical box label of a sneaker. With Trackity, you could simply scan the barcode on your phone and the mockup on the right will pop up. Here's a mockup of what our projected user interface is to be. After inputting the information into the app will automatically input the information to your dashboard. You're then able to see a photo of the sneaker, the size, the price, the SKU, as well as being able to compare the shoe you just bought to the estimated market value. We plan to add many new features as we develop and gain exposure over time.
Our initial target market will be our fellow sneaker resellers who are experienced and will be able to test our product. We then plan to ease it into the whole realm of sneaker resellers as a whole, as well as anyone who wants to be able to track their inventory in a resourceful way.
You may all wonder why we decided to choose this extremely niche industry that many people do not have much knowledge about. Reason one being that we are very experienced as well as passionate about sneakers and everything that revolves around it. We were able to get into this market well before it started to grow rapidly within the last 2 years, as shown with the graphic on the left. Secondly, the sneaker industry is one of the fastest growing in the world. More specifically, the sneaker resale market has a valuation of $2 billion and is projected to reach a whopping $30 billion by 2030. And here's a snapshot of how the sneaker market outperformed the S&P 500 over the course of 5 years. The light purple line on the bottom represents the S&P 500, and as you can see, Adidas, Nike, and Puma stocks outperformed the S&P 500 by far. This industry has been on an upwards trend as of late and shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. So a little bit about our marketing campaign. We believe that social media sites such as Instagram and Twitter would be of great aid, since we live in a day and age where social media is as present as ever and is used on a daily basis. Many people underestimate the power and logistics of social media and overlook the fact that it can help you market your brand endlessly. Specifically, Instagram is one of the fastest growing social media platforms for sneaker resellers.
Going off of that, we plan to continue our marketing technique by telling a personal story, because we believe that the best type of engagement are the ones where the audience feels as if they're in our shoes. People buy from others because they feel a connection to that app or product. Furthermore, word of mouth will be a key asset since we have a large presence in this community, and we believe that it can help grow our Trackity exponentially. Finally, networking will be a key to help Trackity bolster awareness and get noticed due to the introduction to potential customers and clientele from all different industries.
And here are Trackity's next. In phase 1, we will develop a software and create a working prototype. In phase 2, we will launch Trackity to our first 100 users to gather feedback and suggestions. We will then implement this feedback and the suggestions into our app, and we plan to have the public release of this year. Trackity's revenue will be generated between a combination of ads and our platinum membership program. Default users will be given our silver membership, which is free of charge, and 24/7 customer support will only be a text or call away. However, with the silver program, there will be advertisements, limited barcode scans, and lesser sneaker storage space. Trackity Platinum members will be charged $30 a month, but will have unlimited sneaker storage space and barcode scans, as well as VIP customer support, in which there will be faster response times and more detailed responses. And this is Trackity's financial plan. Assuming we are able to capture even 0.1% of the sneaker industry of 20 million people, and assuming only 50% of them plan to use our premium feature, it results in 10,000 users. Our monthly fee for our premium version will be $30 a month, which is only $1 a day, resulting in a total revenue of $3.6 million a year.
So thank you all for coming tonight and listening to our presentation. We invite you to join us in revolutionizing efficiency in the sneaker resale industry with Trackity. We will now take any questions you guys may have.
Hey, love the idea. Definitely think you guys are the right people to target this. I just wanted to clarify, does you guys actually do the warehousing, or is this kind of like something that sits in front of other sneaker resellers like warehouses?
Oh, what do you mean by warehousing?
So do you guys, like, if a sneaker reseller like came to you guys as a customer, would you guys store their shoes, or is this more of like a platform?
I think, yeah, last time I talked to you, I think that was our old idea. So we're not storing shoes anymore. Ours is just like it's like a virtual storing space. So it's like you can just scan the barcode on a box and it'll like get tracked on your phone on your dashboard rather than like a physical location.
Got it. Okay, yeah. Very cool.
Right. So Kurt, to add on to that.
Go ahead.
I was just going to add on to that. Right now, we manually enter all our sneakers into a Google spreadsheet or Excel, and then Trackity will just help automate things easier.
Yeah, Kalani, I think we're only like, I think for me at least, you cut out like every like 20 seconds. It keeps pausing, so I think your internet connection might be not working well.
He was trying to say that basically when you, it's echoing, but you're trying to say that right now we're manually inputting our every sale we make, every purchase we make into our spreadsheets, like just by typing into your phone. But with Trackity, all you do is just scan the barcode, and then that shoe you just purchased goes into your dashboard, and then you just click a few numbers of what you paid, and then it'll be documented for.
Yeah, I think I remember. I think it was StockX, like early on, StockX had this feature where you could, I guess you kind of manually type in your shoe, and they would, pretty cool feature where they would give you like a market analysis of what your collection was worth.
Yeah, that is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that StockX is different because their like dashboard is basically like things you buy, like sneakers you buy on their site specifically, versus ours, it's like you have a physical phone that you could scan the barcode and it will input into a dashboard that could be a collection of whatever shoes you have, not just the ones you bought on the platform.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really interesting concept. The question is, like for $400, $360 a year, if people would pay for it. I think if you had something or if you're an ultimate or a premium subscriber, as you guys had mentioned, is there a way that you could trade shoes with other people? Is there a way that you could actually do something with your inventory and actually look at other people's inventories that you follow and have some kind of interaction or marketplace where people could possibly exchange or conduct, even if it's not a transaction? Is there a way that they could leverage their libraries with other users as part of that fee?
Yeah, since we're such a new startup and we've mainly just been focusing on just the tracking of one's inventory just alone, we haven't implemented that feature yet, but that's definitely an idea that we will plan to use in the future. Because I think apps like SneakerCon are trying to do the same. But yeah, they don't have a platform where they could just scan a barcode and then it just logs right into your dashboard. So
yeah, got it.
So you mentioned there's 20 million sneaker resellers. Is that domestically or is that worldwide? And then my other question is are there other potential applications for this software, not just with sneakers, but other collectibles?
So we got I'm sorry if I'm cutting out, but we got the 20 million sneaker resellers from actually the site StockX. You could see they have a place where you could see how many daily users there are. I believe there are like 10, 15 million per day. And so that's domestically. And then, sorry, what was your other question?
Is there, can you use this application for other types of collectibles, not just sneakers?
I think, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, so I think just since we're so used to this industry and we're like, I would say almost professionals, I think we just geared towards this industry, but it can definitely be applicable to whatever industry that has like potentially a barcode maybe. Colin, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I would say the same. We picked this industry because we're so familiar with it and we know basically every cracking credits that has to do with this industry. So maybe further down the line, we could expand to other collectibles, but for now, we're just focusing on sneakers.
Yeah, it's something that we face, something that we face every day. So
sorry, we've hit our 4-minute mark. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Next up, we have PawnBlock. So go ahead and share your screen and get started when you're ready.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep. Go ahead and get started when you're ready.
Okay. We are PawnBlock, safe contracts and simpler transactions.
Believe it or not, the pawning industry is the second oldest financial industry in the United States. A pawn shop is a business that offers secured loans to people using items of personal belonging as collateral. The pawn cycle starts when a customer brings in a personal asset to be used as the collateral. This asset is evaluated and a contract is drafted indicating the loaned amount, interest rate, and duration of the contract. In order to retake their collateral, the customer must pay the total amount, whether by installments or a single payment. Under the case where the consumer is unable to pay back the loan, they may extend the contract or allow the pawn shop to seize this collateral. I grew up in this exact pawn shop, and a customer came in one day saying that they've been cheated by another pawn shop. He explained clearly that the faulty pawn shop that he requested a loan for did not properly track his monthly payments, hence asked for a double payment and threatened to seize the collateral if it was not paid. He also explained that that shop had trouble keeping track of all their loans. As a result, often didn't have enough cash on hand to serve all of their customers.
Through customer discovery calls with pawn shops in LA, we found that most of these pawn shops still operate in an old-fashioned manner, similar to Pete's pawn shop. We were inspired by technological solutions being developed in Southeast Asia to solve similar problems and found that there is a lack of transparency and payment efficiency in the current pawning industry. This results in poor security in a sense where customers don't feel safe making transactions with pawn shops It also leads to smaller pools of cash circulation for pawn shops, which in turn leads to long wait times and hence less transactions per day. This led to the birth of PawnBlock. PawnBlock is an app that helps facilitate the transparency of pawn valuation contracts using smart contracts and the Ethereum blockchain. Using Hardhat and an Ethereum development environment and Ether.js, we will create Solidity smart contracts. With the React framework, we're going to create a user-friendly UI for pawn shop owners to be able to draft contracts. Then using MetaMask, we're going to connect them to the Ethereum blockchain, which we give them access to using the Ethereum API. We'll then use GraphSQL to query their data from the blockchain.
So just to explain clearly why we're trying to use blockchain to solve this issue is that, so you can see on the top half of the diagram, it represents how conventional contracts are usually carried out. You see a buyer, a third party, and a seller. In the pawning industry, however, lacks this third party oversight. So we plan to use blockchain smart contracts to create an autonomous, tamper-proof ledger system to facilitate the drafting of these contracts and monthly installment payments, overall improving pawn shop cash flow efficiency and also transaction volume. Our value proposition for PawnBlock is that we see that there's more access to cash by using PawnBlock, which leads to more revenues and profits, which can be achieved. Through making the loan tracking and paying process faster and more efficient as well, we can see greater transaction volume, meaning more cash on hand is made possible. Also, the significant decrease in contract drafting time enabled by our very simple UI will complement in this effect. PawnBlock therefore gives the opportunity to have more constant cash flow by obligating the installments to be paid on a monthly basis rather than by a single payment at the end, which again increases this cash on hand. And finally, using a blockchain system, consumers are guaranteed more secure contracts, meaning less reluctance to use pawning services, which is also equivalent to greater volume.
These are the costs that we expect. We expect our app maintenance costs to be as little as $100 per month because we're not going to be using any proprietary software. The payment gateway we plan to use, authorize.net, charges a $25 subscription fee and a 10-cent transaction fee on every transaction. And the Ethereum blockchain gas fee is almost negligible at this point. So we'll be able to make smart contracts for almost free.
So on to our business model. PawnBlock is going to be free for pawn shop customers to use. And as California mandates a 3% per month interest rate on all loan items, we wish to take a 0.5% commission off of the monthly installment payments. Being an old industry and regardless of the state of technology that the pawning industry currently uses, they globally rake in at least 100 billion in revenue, a large portion of which can be addressed by PawnBlock. As we plan to launch in Los Angeles and Thailand, my hometown, we see a serviceable market being worth of at least $30 billion. This is calculated using an average pawned item value of $250, which is then multiplied by the factor of our commission rates. And realistically, beginning the venture in LA, we have contacted a few select pawn shops which have shown interest in adopting PawnBlock. This has led us to an understanding that we have an obtainable market size of at least $42 million.
We have been in contact with the Thai Pawnbrokers Association and we'll have the opportunity to pitch PawnBlock to a committee and we'll have the opportunity to become an encompassing app that streamlines loan payments for the 4,000 pawn shops in Thailand. This could potentially guarantee the entire pawn industry under PawnBlock's name. Our proximity to the two areas of Thailand and Los Angeles put us in a great position to break into the pawn industry. Moreover, little technology is used in the pawn industry currently. As one of the first tech companies entering this industry, we see the potential for massive growth. We've been in contact with several pawn shops in Los Angeles that are named on the screen, and we plan to launch a beta version of our app within the next 2 to 3 months in these shops. This is the team behind PawnBlock. I'm Rooty, a computer science major.
And I'm Pete, also a computer science major, as well as a business administration major, and we are co-founders of PawnBlock.
Thank you, and we'd be happy to answer any questions.
I guess one question I have is, does PawnBlock, does it facilitate the transactions? or is it facilitating the contract, or both? Which one?
By facilitating the contract and turning from original ledger-based contracts where you fill in by hand, turning these into smart contracts will also allow us to streamline their transaction payments for them.
Got it.
Yeah, I really like the concept of what you're doing, especially for that vertical. It is outdated. That's the only thing I kind of wonder is like how sophisticated are the systems that these pawn shops have in place? Again, I have no idea in terms of like authenticity of items, but are there any challenges that you foresee integrating with their inventory? Like if they don't have a sophisticated inventory system, how would it work to be able to like create smart contracts for specific SKUs or specific items that the pawn shop has? And do you have any examples of what type of like items in the pawn shop would you see works really well with your platform?
We see that any kind of item can work with our smart contracts. So basically the concept behind a smart contract is just an autonomous way to execute each contract. So meaning that there requires no facilitation, no third party, as well as an increased efficiency, of course. So we can store any kind of item valuation in these contracts, whether it be a watch, a camera, a vintage items, whatever it may be. Anything can be appended onto this smart contract and stored as well.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying, is it traditionally done on, I mean, everything in the pawn shop is physical, right? You walk into the pawn shop and, okay, so from that point is how does, and somebody wants to buy a specific item, do you guys have your platform in there to, you scan the item somehow and that's how it facilitates the smart contract and it tags the item and that's how the smart contract gets initiated? Is that the process?
Yes, basically we're going to have one side of the application for pawn shops to use and one interface for customers to use based on one platform. And the, pawn shops will enter and draft out this contract while customers can just use this application to pay their monthly installments.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. You could also see a lot of use cases with like trading card companies and just basically any kind of physical collectible, right? So really could really work well for.
Yes, definitely.
I guess my follow-up question from what Anthony was saying too is like, is this essentially kind of like a point of sale where we're processing transactions through the blockchain now? Is that kind of what you described this as?
We want to use blockchain as a solution to kind of navigate the way for the pawning industry to get into this. So through our customer discovery, a lot of the pawn shops that we contacted in LA were a bit reluctant to step on to this kind of technology. However, with being in Thailand this whole time, the pawning industry is a bit, I'd say, more developed than what they have in the States. And here they're trying to adopt such technologies in order to facilitate such payments. Pawn shops in LA have indicated that they wanted to use cash, a cash basis, but what they don't understand is the efficiency that could be achieved by using such means of transactions.
How far are you in develop? You said this is an app, a phone app?
Yes, it'll be.
So how far are you in the development of this?
We're just getting started right now, actually. We have a plan in place. Like we already know what technologies we're going to use and we've started creating documentation for making the app. But like, other than that, we don't have an app yet.
And how long do you think it'll take you before you get something that you can start to test?
For our beta software, we should be able to have it done within a month. We're going to be using a lot of third-party software initially. We're not actually using any proprietary software. So that'll allow us to keep our costs low and also get our app up and running quickly.
All right, we've hit our 4-minute mark. Thank you, PawnBlock.
Thank you.
Next, we have Misha. Go ahead and share your screen and start when you're ready.
Are we ready?
Hold on one second. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect.
Awesome. Good evening. I'm Gloria, and this is my amazing co-founder, Kia.
Thank you, my amazing co-founder, Gloria. I'm Kia, and we are Misher. Our goal is to help you find your ideal size. Let me introduce you to a widespread problem through my roommate, Amara. Amara fell in love with this pair of very cool sneakers online. She ordered from Nike, waited about a week or two to receive them in the mail, but when she tried them on, they were too small. As a result, she had to return them, exchanging them for a larger size. When the larger size arrived, they were too large. She again exchanged them, this time for a smaller size, and they finally fit. But at what cost? 6 shipments, 2 months to finally get the shoes, and a total of a $15 refund deduct. The root of Amara's problem and dozens of college students like her is the difficulty of assessing sizing information online.
This problem that we've recognized is that poor sizing information online and across brands make ordering online very difficult, wasting customers' time and money. As for our solution, what can we do? Well, what we want to do is help users by taking in their measurements or past sizes and converting them to the ideal size at a specific brand. This is where Misher comes in. Meet Misher. We keep it simple. Misher is a browser extension that sources publicly available sizing information from brands, takes in user measurements, and compares the two to provide the most accurate recommendation. After visiting our website to download this extension to your browser, using Misher is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, our extension will prompt for your preferred fit and sizing information. All you got to do is answer a few questions. Second, given this information, we will provide recommendations for your ideal size for a selected brand, and you can shop leisurely with a better peace of mind. Third and finally, once you receive the item, you'll be prompted to answer comprehensive review questions in exchange for points that can be applied to coupons and store credits at your favorite brands.
So our preliminary product, Misher, is focused on shoe sizing, but why shoes? Shoe sizing and online shopping for shoes are huge pain points amongst customers. In a $21 billion industry just in the US, there is a 20 to 35% return rate for shoes purchased. That means there is 1 pair returned for every 3 to 5 pairs of shoes bought online, sold online. So in looking at our market analysis, our total available market is the $21 billion shoe sales that happen annually in the US. And our serviceable available market is 6.3 billion in shoe returns. If we were to tap into just 1% of the serviceable market, our obtainable market is $63 million, which is decently sized for a browser extension.
Now let's get comprehensive about our comprehensive sizing competitors. We got TrueFit, VirtueSize, and Fit Analytics. Unfortunately, they're limited to specific brands that they partner with and don't source from a wider variety of brands like smaller vendors. You can only find their software on select sites, and it's difficult to kind of compare really across the board. This lack of consumer focus makes it difficult for users to save their sizing information and compare with previous purchases. TrueFit does allow comparisons with previous purchases, but only with purchases from the same brand. However, Misher strives to be a one-stop resource for as many brands as we can across the web, and will include comprehensive measurements and diagrams. Misher is not limited to specific sites. Once the user has installed our extension, they can use it on every shoe or apparel site they go to. We want users to be able to adjust their fit, like if they want something looser or tighter. And last but not least, we highly encourage the user to compare their sizing for current purchases to previous ones. To give you an idea of how our competitors are doing in the shoe space, let's take a look at this chart of the top 17 shoe brands. We went to each individual site to see if they use any comprehensive sizing features or software. And this is what we discovered. Pretty much none of them used our competitors aside from Under Armour and Tommy Hilfiger. This gives us a lot of room to grow our market share.
In looking at what Misher's business model looks like, our revenue stream is a paid partnership model with brands. This model takes inspiration from business models of the popular extension Honey and our competitor TrueFit. After paying a flat fee in a click-based rate plan, brands who partner with us will have premium ad space, access to our users through coupon codes, increased comprehensive reviews for their clothing, and reduced inventory waste caused by returns. On our extension, users will be able to view a feed of clothing tailored to their preferred fit, curated from brand advertisements. How do we know, though, if brands will partner with us, even though we're a more consumer-centric platform? Well, dealing with returns is a massive issue for e-commerce brands. According to CNBC, retailers can add 5% or more to their bottom line for better managing returns. From this data, if we took Adidas, for example, we could potentially add about anywhere from $100 to $110 million to their bottom line with more consistent sizing data for their customers. So, and moving forward, while we are currently working on the shoe market, you may have noticed that Gloria and I use shoes and clothing interchangeably with our platform, Mesure. This is because we plan to expand our service to include all clothing, from shirts to swimwear. Now let's revisit Amara. After the previous ordering fiasco, Amara used Mesure's MVP to match her shoe size for one brand to Adidas. And through this, she was able to buy a size that fit her perfectly with just one order and one shipment. People like Amara are who we want to help by building Mesure.
And this is us. I'm Gloria, a sophomore here studying computer science and business. I'm an avid online shopper who has had a lot of trouble dealing with sizing across brands. I'm building Mesure with Kia to smooth out this online shopping experience for everyone, myself included.
And I'm Kia, a sophomore studying design and entrepreneurship. I'm an advocate for sustainability and fashion. That's why I'm building Mesure with Gloria, to increase consumer confidence with shopping online and to reduce your overall carbon footprint when it comes to returns.
We'd like to conclude our time by calling for everyone who wishes to reduce time, money, packaging, and emissions wasted on inefficient commerce. Join us in our journey. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for a great pitch. Quick question. You showed a chart of different brands and showed that two of them use your competitors. Have you talked to the ones who didn't use any as to why don't they use any sizing platforms?
As for why they don't use any, unfortunately, we weren't able to reach them and ask them about this. Though from what we've noticed, it seems as though most of how this works, these brands, they will specifically advertise to these brands. However, these brands, I think, will have a lot of uncertainty about whether this will actually improve their sales and if this will actually reach users. And what we want to do is ensure that. And we have users that they can reach. We're focused on improving the experience for users, and we guarantee that they can reach these users through both better measurements and our coupon codes and our reward system.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a really massive problem that you are trying to solve, and again, it's a problem that I've kind of experienced as well with specifically with shoes for not only myself but also my sons. I guess my question would take longer than the 4 minutes. I'm just really curious about, a company like Nike with, thousands and thousands of SKUs of shoes across all different sizes, how the core technology behind the scene is really able to be able to take all the different variations that you could get in any type of shoe, and how is it more of a machine learning algorithm which is constantly learning from every user and collecting the data, or that's kind of really, so that sounds like that's the barrier to entry that you have, is that you're able to really kind of solve with software, how to get to scale with this.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. We're definitely thinking of expanding in that direction. Kind of to go over how we're going to gather our data, how we're going to make these recommendations. There will be two main methods for gathering sizing data. Of course, the first one being directly inputting or scraping data from charts, sizing charts from these online brands. For our MVP, actually, we did exactly that. We compiled these all these measurements from shoe brands onto a spreadsheet. However, we recognize that these sizing charts and can be inaccurate at times, or like you mentioned, there's a lot of products. They can have products that could deviate from the brand sizing charts. So as a result, we're actually inviting users to review and measure the items they buy. So this is kind of like crowdsourcing measurements from early consumers, and we actually incentivize our users and maintain this model through a point system, points that go toward coupon codes or store credit for the brands that partner with us. And so like to walk you through an example where we might be trying to gain more quantitative measurements from users. If I'm a user on Measure, I find a pair of Fila shoe size 7.5, a little too big. I can measure the shoe to discover, okay, it's 25 centimeters, and also input that my feet size are 23.5. And by providing these measurements, I can gain points. That's why I do it. But after gathering this data, users can share with other users, okay, exactly how much bigger is it? And then what we're doing is streamlining these reviews. I think with all this data, we can definitely look into a machine learning direction, but before then, we'll just have it available for other people to come through.
Cool, thanks.
All right, thank you. That's our 4-minute mark, right on time. Thank you, Measure. We will now have a 3-minute break before we move on to puzzle pieces.
Serena, are you here?
Our music person.
Sorry, can you play music?
Into the dark, into my heart, I follow you. Let me ride away with you. 'Cause all of my scars are broken inside and I need you. Hold myself to a chord, waiting for the day that you come back to me. You know that I don't give a fuck about appearances. Been hearing things about you. You've been dreaming, come with me, I'll help you wake up. And you know that it's true, you're feeling, if you wanna get it alone. It's true. Moving step across the floor, waiting here to say that you can handle me. You know I never understood why you would say these things. I don't feel the same without you. You've been dreaming, come with me, I'll help you wake up. And you know that it's true, you're feeling, if you wanna get it alone.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, puzzle piece, we're ready for you. So go ahead and share your screen.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Puzzle Piece, a virtual networking platform where founders can find the perfect fit for their startup. So we at Puzzle Piece believe that a business starts with a team and a spark of inspiration. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the team behind Puzzle Piece.
Hi, my name is Christina McBride, and I'm studying business administration and Chinese for the professions at USC. I'm one of the co-founders of Puzzle Piece and the VP of marketing. My interest in entrepreneurship stems from my experience of running my own stores on e-commerce platforms such as Etsy, Shopify, and Depop.
Hello again, my name is Katiana Sarkissian. I'm a junior studying business administration with a concentration in entrepreneurship. I'm the second co-founder of Puzzle Piece and the VP of product development. So now that we've introduced the team, let's introduce the inspiration. I first had the idea for Puzzle Piece after attending the Young Entertainment Professionals networking event in the fall of 2020. At the start of the event, I was looking for 2D artists for a game project I was working on, and a particular art portfolio caught my attention, Kevin's. While I immediately wanted to pitch my idea to her, I was quickly broken up into breakout rooms. In these groups, I had to listen to pitch after pitch, engage in small talk, and politely decline many enthusiastic but underqualified candidates. Eventually, I was able to talk to Kevin and convince her to join my team. However, the amount of time lost, a total of 2 hours, just to make a single connection was staggering. During my time at the event, I wished there was a way to bypass all the small talk. I wanted to get straight to the core of a business relationship, how we can mutually benefit and create a stellar product.
Many entrepreneurs, especially those that are still in their 20s, have a difficult time building a team of interdisciplinary individuals to start businesses and projects with. This problem has only become more apparent as COVID continues, and virtual networking settings remain inefficient compared to in-person networking. In a customer discovery segment, we studied 5 individuals who attended networking events or clubs and calculated the mean time spent towards making connections and the actual amount they gained. On average, they spent 3.7 hours to gain only 0.6 connections. Hosts of virtual events often spend a large amount of money per participant as well. This number ranges from $200 to over $1,500. This number certainly was shocking to us. We want to take lengthy and costly virtual events and turn them into quick, easy, and affordable online connection building.
Just as a puzzle needs many different pieces to become whole, we believe companies thrive when composed of interdisciplinary members. Our company's goal is to help every founder find that perfect employee, the one that's a perfect fit in the shortest amount of time possible.
Solo founders often do much worse than teams, which is why we think building strong teams is so important. Additionally, we don't want to waste the customer's time. We want to match them with people that would be the best fit in the shortest amount of time possible. Our goal is to maximize conveniency, efficiency, and create realistic long-term connections. Our revenue will come primarily from our premium membership. Our app will be available for everyone to download for free. However, they will be limited to only the basic features of the app and only go through 20 swipes per day. With a premium membership that costs only $8.99 a month, they will be able to enjoy unlimited swipes, see the profile of those they haven't matched with yet, and be able to go back to see lost matches. With regards to app costs, development can be done for approximately $2,000 to $3,000 through the connections of us co-founders. We estimated app design to cost us an additional $1,000. For marketing, we hope to reach out through TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn to find influencers to advertise for us for roughly $25,000 per year after starting up. Employee salaries will be an additional cost when considering overall startup formation.
So I've actually taken the liberty of setting up my own Puzzle Piece account. So if you click the button, we will show you how to match. So right now, this is my profile. And if I click on edit, I can see my personal information that has been inputted into the matching database. Before we start matching, let me show you what I placed in my searching info. Right now, I've identified that I want someone in the gaming industry who specializes in UI and UX design. So now let's get to matching. Here we have our first potential candidate. If we click on their resume, we can see that they've actually worked on a game project, which is a big plus. If we click on their profile, we can see that unfortunately we're not a premium member, so we can't check it out just yet. But I have a really good gut feeling about this person, so let's click on match. And it's a fit. All right, so now we can check out their profile and we can DM them to kind of further our conversation and working together. Similarly, we can also go to our homepage and check out what our other matches have been up to.
So now for the market overview. Using LinkedIn statistics as our guide, we estimated that after a successful marketing campaign, our total market in the US will consist of roughly 176 million users, 10 million of which will be in our targeted age group, with our projected annual revenue in 17 years reaching up to approximately 420,732,000 US dollars.
Our phase 1 market will take place in Los Angeles, which has an annual startup formation rate of 9.47%, or roughly 25,000 startups per year. We will garner distribution through advertisements and influencers and expand throughout major US cities through an incentivized approach where user referrals can earn users 3 months of free premium advantages. Finally, we hope to be used globally and become one of the major networking apps.
Our main 3 competitors are Fiverr, the online marketplace for freelancers, Shaper, the algorithmic networking app, and LinkedIn, the business development platform. In comparison to Fiverr, we excel due to our inclination towards quality long-term relationships between matches. In comparison to Shaper, our main appeal is the use of a home feed, which creates a more centralized app and allows you to stay in touch with matches even after your project has ended. In comparison to LinkedIn, we solve the uncertainty of cold calling by hosting a community of enthusiastic, innovative, entrepreneurial individuals. So again, why Puzzle Piece? This is an app for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. Christina and I joined Sigma Eta Pi because we believe in the power of entrepreneurial innovation and collaboration to create a better world. But not every school is fortunate to have an organization like this. Not everyone is able to regularly meet with such diverse and talented individuals. With Puzzle Piece, we bridge the gap between ideas and hard skills, allowing anyone with an idea to come together and make the positive impact they want in the world. Thank you, and please feel free to ask any questions.
So
Hi
I have a
there.
question.
Go ahead, Monica. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So I'm trying to understand who you're targeting. Is this for people who are entrepreneurs that are looking specifically for talent for their startups?
Yes.
Is that the intent? And how do you intend to drive people towards using this platform?
Yeah, so in terms of what the app is, basically when you first get the app, there's kind of 2 options that you can pick. You're either the innovator, which is the founder of a project that's looking for potential hirees or partners, or you are the activator, which is the person who might have the hard skills, but not necessarily the idea and is looking for a startup to join. So you kind of pick what route you want to go when you download the app, and then you kind of make those connections to then further an early stage startup, if that clarifies anything for you.
And how do you drive people to your app?
So with regards to how we want to drive people to our app, it's definitely going to take a lot of advertising and marketing. So we hope to reach out through professional influencers and also younger entrepreneurs that are our age who can post about and demonstrate to their audiences how the app would work and perhaps even successful projects that came out of our app so that people will generate an interest and also an awareness of what our brand is and what we try to do.
I had a question. You guys had mentioned like being at a conference or being somewhere at an event. Is that one of the main ways of discovery, is launching it at different types of, like, for example, like game conferences, or what it could be in order to connect people? Is that one of the onboarding tactics?
One of the current ones that people have been doing right now?
Oh, no, I was thinking for your platform, for Puzzle Piece.
No, so that experience actually influenced us creating this app, because I had done many, specifically in entertainment, because I wanted, artists, the UX designers, so forth. And they were not well organized enough. It was just idle chatter, people that had like no kind of, like, again, entertainment, there's not really many for games as much. So there were people that were very much into the film aspect of it, and they had no clue what I was talking about when I wanted someone who could code, turn-based games. So it was very much nothing was specific enough for me. And after doing customer discovery calls, I noticed that other people had similar complaints. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple other quick thoughts. By the way, what is this an actual app, or did you guys mock it up in like InVision or something like that?
Yeah, we mocked it up in Adobe XD. The person that we were talking about in startup costs was the person I worked with. So she was able to do this for free because she's a personal friend of mine. But later on, when we do develop the app, we will then hopefully use investment money to pay her, compensate her.
It looks really nice. The UI looks really good, and the UX, so nice work there. Lastly, running my own game studio, we've used ArtStation and DeviantArt as a way to find artists. And I mean, it's obviously a much broader thing. What you're doing is very specific, which is its own use case, which I like. Those other sites are more looking at people's portfolios, but they have these cool ways of being able to, sign up and be able to message them direct. So there's probably some UX flows that you could learn from those sites. I really like it because it's very visual. So I think one thing you guys can do in here is, as you're able to start pulling, art pieces or portfolio pieces from some of these artists, I think it'll kind of be another big draw.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Puzzle Piece. That's our 4 minutes. Next up, we have DeltaFit. So team and Jonathan, go ahead, share your screen when you're ready.
All right, thank you. Hope everyone's doing great today.
All right, can you guys hear me all right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Meet Tony, a newly certified personal trainer who has a passion for fitness and is eager to help others live their healthiest lives. In order to achieve his goals, Tony needs 3 basic things: workout equipment, a location to train at, and clients. Commercial gyms easily provide these things for Tony, so he agrees to work for his local gym, excited to start his career as a personal trainer. In his first year, Tony works hard to bring in around $135,000 in revenue. However, his local gym takes 70% of his profits, leaving him with only around $40,000 of income. Unfortunately, Tony's problem is not a unique one. After speaking to over 40 personal trainers, such as Ryan Lee, a personal trainer in New York, we have discovered that this problem is extremely prevalent within the industry. Out of the 373,000 personal trainer jobs in the United States, almost 2/3 work under these big box gyms, which typically take 70% commission on each training session, or around $95,000 per year.
This is where DeltaFit comes in. DeltaFit is a platform that removes the need for commercial gyms by matching clients with trainers, providing crucial features such as client metric tracking and suggested locations to train at in a convenient and effective way. These features can be utilized on our mobile app, where trainers can access client information such as sessions completed and metrics such as weight, muscle mass, and more directly from the home screen. To schedule a session, a trainer simply suggests a time and location through DeltaFit's built-in messaging feature. DeltaFit will then suggest convenient locations to train at based on the trainer's and client's preferences, including parks, fields, and spaces that provide equipment for a small fee. Once a client confirms a session, the trainer's calendar will update, showing all training sessions scheduled for the week. Finally, trainers will also have a custom profile that clients can view to select the trainer that best suits their needs, allowing for a flourishing client-trainer relationship. Now I'll pass it on to Team to discuss DeltaFit's revenue model.
Thanks, Jonathan. DeltaFit's revenue model will consist of taking a 15% commission of all training sessions that occur through our platform. In our first year, DeltaFit plans to retain 100 personal trainers and 200 clients from LA. With the average price of training being around $60 per session, DeltaFit will take home around $198,000 in year 1 profits, assuming that each trainer completes 5 sessions a week. In addition, trainers on our platform will take home around $35 more per session from a $60 training session, more than doubling their profit margins as opposed to working with commercial gyms. Currently, the personal training industry is estimated to be worth around $10.5 billion. With around 60% of the industry working at commercial gyms, the market for these trainers is around $6.3 billion. And due to industry trends showing a shift away from relying on commercial gyms, we project that DeltaFit can reasonably obtain 5% of this portion of the personal training industry, which equates to a market size of around $315 million. In the next slide, Jonathan will further explain these market trends.
Thanks, Tiemann. With such a large portion of the personal training industry at stake, this of course begs the question, is now the best time for a service like DeltaFit? We argue that now is precisely the right time. According to CNBC, the COVID-19 pandemic has influenced people's perceived reliance on commercial gyms, leading to around 59% of Americans to say that they do not plan on renewing their gym memberships. The US Bureau of Labor Statistics also projects that the number of personal trainers is expected to grow 15% within the next decade. Combined, these two statistics show a significantly decreased reliance on commercial gyms, aligning with the boom in the personal training industry, leaving a perfect window of opportunity for DeltaFit to take advantage of. As of right now, we are testing our platform on a smaller scale, reaching out to USC trainers currently in LA. I'm excited to say that even with our bare bones MVP, not only were we able to successfully onboard 100% of USC trainers, but we were also able to match each one with at least one client. At this moment, we are awaiting feedback from these pairings so we can improve our platform before marketing to a larger audience. Needless to say, we are extremely excited to see what the future holds for DeltaFit. Now I'll hand it over to Tiemann to discuss our current competition.
Naturally, there are competitors in this growing market, which we have shown here on a perceptual map. Your typical trainer can be found working at commercial gyms such as LA Fitness and 24 Hour Fitness, both of which provide structure and equipment, yet often pay only minimum wage. Trainers who branch out to freelance training may try out services such as Fiverr, which charge a much lower fee, yet offer no support in terms of training and marketing to a trainer's target customers. Even dedicated training sites such as fitnesstrainer.com provide minimal support as they simply seek to match clients and trainers, providing no incentive to stay on the platform once matched. Lastly, Fit also matches trainers and clients. It is still very lacking in terms of features, such as suggesting convenient locations to train at and effective client tracking, two of the most common pain points we discovered when speaking to personal trainers. DeltaFit addresses these two crucial pain points directly through our platform, separating ourselves in terms of both profitability and support for trainers. As previously mentioned, in our first year, we plan to launch DeltaFit's app and acquire a user base of 100 trainers and 200 clients within Los Angeles. In 2022, we plan to launch DeltaFit's website and expand to the Bay Area, where Jonathan and I are located, allowing us to utilize personal connections as well as oversee operations. In year 3, we plan to expand DeltaFit to all of California, further growing our user base. And in year 4, we will partner with fitness influencers to spread awareness of our brand, as well as expand nationwide. Thank you for your attention during our pitch. And now I would like to introduce the team behind DeltaFit. I'm Tiemann, a certified personal trainer who has experienced firsthand the struggles that trainers face on a daily basis. I primarily handle the financials as well as provide insight into the industry based on my experience as both an independent trainer as well as one who has worked for a big box gym.
And I'm Jonathan, a fitness enthusiast who will handle the technical aspects of DeltaFit, helping to develop the app and carry out the company's vision. We hope you are all just as excited as we are about helping trainers like Tony and Ryan thrive, and would love to hear any comments or questions anyone has for us now. Thank you.
Hey, great presentation, guys. Are there any current mobile fitness apps that have inspired you? Anything from either from like the Peloton app or the stuff that has some private, like some higher end like content, or anything from who was it? Under Armour. Was it Under Armour that is partnered with an app as well? Just kind of curious.
MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, MyFitnessPal. Yeah, like curious. What have you guys seen out there that's been interesting to you, and like how do you really want to differentiate?
Yeah, I can address this one, Tiemann. So as far as our little industry, a personal training industry, that little niche, we didn't see actually any mobile apps on both Apple and Android platforms. The competitors that we mentioned, fitnesstrainer.com, those are all like just web applications. So as far as the mobile app sphere, there are not any current competitors at all.
Cool. Yeah, I know there's a lot of, I see stuff on YouTube, pretty good, but it's so disconnected, right? To be able to have to like queue up playlists and whatnot. So
yeah.
Cool.
definitely. Thank you for that.
Hey, did you say that you had 3 trainers that are testing this right now?
Yes, for our MVP, we had all of the USC trainers currently in LA campus right now.
And how
all of
many?
them signed
And
up.
how many is that?
That is 3.
Okay, and how did they connect? So how many users do you have that are they members of this, or how many users
Yeah, so we have 3 right now.
are part of this? How many? Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think you're
Yep.
flagging a little bit, but so yeah, so we have 3 current clients right now. We're waiting for a 4th one. Not sure if they'll get on board or not, but yeah, as of right now, every trainer has a client match. They have not done any training sessions yet, but we are awaiting feedback within the next week or so. Should be around the next week, yes.
And what were the other? You showed a slide. Are there other? Is there anything specifically that's being tracked with respect to that relationship between the trainer and the person that's being trained?
Yeah, so I can take this one, Jonathan. So a lot of the other services we mentioned, a lot of them simply seek to match the clients and trainers.
Right.
However, they don't really have any built-in tracking features. These are usually left to the client and trainer to discuss themselves. And me being a personal trainer, I know a lot of my fellow colleagues who train people, they kind of do it manually, sometimes just by texting back and forth. And this is something we saw that could be improved on a lot, because it takes a lot of time out of the trainer's day and having to manually track each of their clients.
So what is it that they're specifically tracking?
Yeah, so there's a wide variety of metrics that may be helpful in tracking a client's progress. On the slide that we showed, it had weight as well as muscle mass. I think weight is a big one for many clients, as well as calories consumed. Another useful metric could be body circumference measurements. And it's just things like that that really help a trainer hold a client accountable.
And are you able to track what specific activities or exercises or whatever the trainer is actually going through with the client for each session?
Yeah, so we wouldn't directly be involved in facilitating what a trainer has a client do or track, but we would provide the most common metrics tracked by trainers as an option for the trainer or client to input into our platform so that they could track their progress over time.
Thank you.
So, sorry, one last question. I guess I totally think that a marketplace like this is really needed right now. How are you guys actually like collecting that data? Is that like self-inputted, or do you guys plan on pairing up with like any IoT companies to like, I've seen that there's like weighing scales that connect to an app. I don't know, is that in the plans anywhere?
Are you referring to the metric tracking?
Yeah, to the metric tracking. Like, I guess like to make it more seamless, it'd be pretty cool to just have that be like a device or something too.
Yeah, partnering with outside services is definitely something that we're looking towards. But as of right now, in this initial stage, we're currently just going by what the user inputs. That's the easiest way to do it right now. But yeah, of course, we are definitely looking to have that feature in the future.
Thank you, DeltaFit. That's our 4 minutes. Up next, we have Cover. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Can everyone see this all right?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Okay, hi everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. We're Cover, an insurance filing and revenue management system that caters to small clinics in particular. Small clinics need a service that's on their side in our healthcare system, and we've got them covered. So first, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Kevin. I have a number of connections to alternative medicine clinics in the Midwest and have years of experience in insurance claims and interactions after working in an acupuncture clinic in the Chicagoland area.
I'm Joshua. On our team, I primarily handle the finance and operations of the business.
I'm Felix. I'm passionate about machine learning technology, and I handle most of the technology aspects of the business.
Did you know that physicians working in small clinics can wait up to 6 months until they're paid for their services? Meet Dr. Carrie Yi, an acupuncturist and clinic owner based in the Chicago suburbs. Every day, Dr. Yi files insurance claims. However, she's never sure when they'll be reimbursed, if they'll be reimbursed at all. So there are a few things that can happen after she files a claim. The claim could take a number of weeks to come back and return the amount that Dr. Yi expects, which is quite honestly a rarity. Or after a few weeks, the claim could come back with less than they expect, or even nothing at all. Now, Dr. Yi has to ask her patient to pay out of pocket, but this patient may not be returning in that time, meaning Dr. Yi will have to hunt the patient down to get payment. If only she had known this would happen from the very beginning, so she could get her patients to pay accordingly from the start. This problem makes calculating and predicting monthly revenue nearly impossible. And this also creates a need to hire and train employees to handle insurance interactions, which can add extra operational overhead. Through our customer discovery calls, we have confirmed that it's not just Dr. Yi, but this problem exists with numerous other physicians in countless other medical specialties, such as mental health clinics, pediatricians, physical therapy clinics, and dentists, just to name a few.
This is where Cover comes in through providing an insurance filing system as well as reimbursement prediction for service for clinics. Cover intends to be the fighting force, helping smaller clinics maintain financial autonomy in the United States total healthcare space. So as you can see on the slide, with our service, we will help small clinics keep track of ongoing claim with our simple user interface. So they sign in from our login screen. And then once they log in, they are presented with a list of ongoing current claims that are being processed. From this screen, they can additionally also search for a patient or search for an existing claim, or they can also file for a new claim. Our new claim filing interface is also simple, unlike the usual claim filing process, eliminating the need to pay and train employees on how to file. After you file, our algorithm will predict the probability of insurance reimbursement and how long it will take. This information will help physicians in predicting future income. So Dr. Carrie Yi is actually the first user of our MVP, which without significant technology, is outsourcing the insurance filing to us. The MVP has allowed us to begin data collection for the machine learning technology we intend to provide, which will create a service that can actually predict reimbursement amount, providing the clinic the revenue security they need. We are currently searching for new users to gain traction in the alternative medicine space, as well as acquire the necessary data to create our predictive software. Now I'm going to hand it off to Felix to explain our revenue model as well as our competitors.
Our initial market will primarily target complementary and alternative medicine clinics, like chiropractors and acupuncturists. And you may be curious as to why this very niche specialization. Well, the total market size is fairly large and continues to grow with a market size of around $13 billion a year and 2% annual growth. Not only that, acupuncture and alternative medicine has just begun to be included in Medicare coverage plans, the gold standard for health insurance coverages. So these clinics are seeing a massive influx of insurance payments, creating a great opportunity as these specific clinics are seeing a need for our insurance revenue management service. Through market research, we can see that there are around 93,000 alternative medicine clinics in the United States. On top of that, there is still a lot of room to grow as there are around 100,000 more clinics with five or less physicians. These clinics would likely be our next target market after gaining traction and creating an accurate predictive software. Our revenue model is a value-based system in which we take 4% of all successful claim reimbursements. Assuming our serviceable obtainable market is 5% of the alternative medicine clinics in the United States, or 4.7 thousand clinics. With our revenue model, we estimate to make up to $9.8 million, assuming each customer files 10 claims for an average of $100 per week, which is highly likely as we've seen from our customer discovery calls. While we intend on initially targeting complementary and alternative medicine clinics in Los Angeles, we also understand the pervasive nature of the issue we're tackling. After attaining traction in the smaller alternative medicine niche, we plan to expand into other private practices with increased insurance data so that our software can work more accurately. We've also identified some main competitors. The trend we're seeing in this market so far is that most services are catered towards big hospital systems. Cerner, Athena Health, R1 RCM, and Olive are all targeted towards big hospital systems, and the cost of their service wouldn't be justifiable to small clinics. In addition, none of our competitors offer a prediction on the reimbursement amount and how much time the insurance claim processing will take. By targeting small clinics and developing a prediction algorithm, we can cut down on price and offer a billing optimization service that effectively help physicians predict future incomes.
Ultimately, our service aims to aid small clinics by eliminating their cash flow inconsistency and giving them the security they need to grow. We invite smaller clinics to join Cover to help their small businesses prosper. Thank you for listening, and we're open to any questions.
Where are you getting the, on one of your slides you were showing, I think when it was showing all the, potential or future receivables, where are you getting that data from as to how long it's going to take for the money coming in?
In terms of our TAM, SAM, SOM, we do have a number of research reports that are, undergoing like market research that we found online that indicate that there were a number of calculations that we had to do. So there was around 230,000 regular private practices. And then we had another report that was saying how many of those practices or what percentage of them were 5 physicians or less. And we just kind of multiplied them to get that number. And then also we found a number of reports saying that there were 93,000 acupuncturists and chiropractors in the United States. And we kind of did the simple math there and adding those numbers together. In terms of our revenue slide, in terms of how much money we could get from that, we made the assumption that, let's see if we can go to this slide here. Oop. Right, clinics in the US, here we go. We made the assumption that if there were 10 claims a week on average, with an average of $100 per claim, which is highly likely from our customer discovery calls, and we take 4% of that, we can make $40 per customer per week, right? And then taking 5% of the number of chiropractors and acupuncturists in the United States, which is around 4.7 thousand, we multiplied those numbers times 52 for the full year, and that would be around 9.7 million per year.
No, my question is about, there was another slide that looked like it was showing how long it would take for the revenue to come in or for payment to be received. Where are you getting that data from? Because this this platform is supposed to help you with revenue management. Am I correct?
Yes.
Where are you getting that data that, it's going to take, 4 to 6 weeks or whatever for,
sure.
Insurance to pay for whatever the services that are rendered?
Oh, absolutely. Sorry for misunderstanding your question there. From a number of, we've done around 30 customer discovery calls with a number of different medical specialties. And from my personal experience in working in this industry as well, it can take on average, maybe like 4 to 6 weeks. Actually, you kind of nailed it on the dot. But that slide, there's actually a number of problems with like claim disputes and things like that, that can also lead to like a 6-month wait for some claims, which actually created a number of issues for dental clinics and things like that. A lot of the customer discovery calls were based on those issues.
Thank you.
This is a really cool idea. I think the problem here is like very, very clear. And it definitely seems like you guys came right from the source too. I guess I'm curious, I think that this is a really good way to enter into healthcare software. I think a lot of enterprise healthcare systems definitely aren't affordable for smaller clinics. And I think a lot of software that's out there for probably like a lot of these smaller clinics are definitely very archaic. Do you guys see yourselves expanding into other like problems in the healthcare space? Because I feel like this is a very niche entry that definitely can be expanded, and this is a really good way to like at least penetrate the market.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole part of the reason why we decided to get into the alternative medicine niche was because they were just covered by Medicare in 2020, I believe. So they're dealing with these influxes now, and there's a need. And then after dealing with some of that credibility, we could then move into more established specialties that have been covered by insurance for a long time, like pediatrics and things like that, which could also make things more efficient for them, and help these smaller clinics provide better patient care, essentially.
Right, absolutely. And for specific, more niche markets we will expand to, we're thinking about mental health clinics next, and perhaps dental and pediatricians in the future as we grow larger.
Thank you, Cover. That's our 4 minutes. Up next, we have Slate, which is going to be our, it's echoing. Up next, we have Slate, which is going to be our last pitch for the night.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Good evening, everyone. We are Splate. We are creating a seamless dining experience for restaurants. Meet Tony. Tony is a restaurant owner of Ichiban Golden Dragon in South Bend, Indiana, near the University of Notre Dame. Tony focuses on making sure his restaurant serving staff is providing excellent customer service by taking orders, serving food and drinks, delivering checks, and processing payments. However, since COVID-19, Tony had to let go of some of his serving staff to reduce labor costs. As he is beginning to reopen his restaurant for dine-in, his staff is struggling to maintain efficient dining operations. On average, over 160 customers come in during dinner rush hour. However, Tony's restaurant capacity is only 98. During rush hour, his servers are easily overwhelmed by juggling so many responsibilities while catering to large parties, which negatively impacts the customer experience. In fact, we even validated these effects from people who frequently dine at Tony's restaurant through a survey. The majority of his customers complain that they spend over 50% of their dining experience waiting for food and paying than actually eating their meal. And those in large parties dread for the moment they try to split up the check. The manual serving process of taking orders, splitting the check, and collecting payments costs up to 15 extra minutes per table at a sit-down restaurant, which amounts to 3 extra hours a day of potential revenue wasted. Tony's average order is around $30 per person, but he would lose over $2,000 in sales over a 3-hour rush period. So what's the solution? Splate. We are Splate, a mobile application tool for restaurants that streamlines an efficient process of taking orders, splitting the check, and collecting payments. With Splate, we can reduce the 15 extra minutes spent on each table at a mid-scale or full-scale restaurant and save 3 million hours for a single restaurant in the United States each year. Research shows that without customers having to wait, restaurant revenue increases on average by 15%. For Tony's restaurant, he would have an annual increase in revenue of $300,000. Now, I'll have my co-founder Teresa explain how our app works.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So, for the restaurant user flow of operations, restaurant owners, like Tony, will distribute Slate's QR code stands onto each of their tables. Restaurants will use their app to take a photo of their current menu, and Slate will scan through it and upload it as a readable mobile menu. In addition, restaurants will have the option to manually add items and photos. Once customers are finished ordering on our mobile application, those orders are automatically and instantly directed to the restaurant point of sale system. After receiving the orders, restaurant staff will be able to read the order, prepare the food, and efficiently serve their customers. For the customer's point of view, after they create an account or log in, customers can use the application to scan the QR code on the restaurant table to access the menu. The customer has an option to manually input the restaurant name and table number. The customer can browse through the menu and pick items into their cart. In addition, customers have the option to ping or message our servers to come to the table without needing to flag them down. They can include additional notes to customize their order. Once customers choose their food and check out their food, the orders are directed to the POS system, and customers are able to track their current order progress. After customers are finished with their meals, they can pay and split the bills in 2 convenient ways. They can pay separately for each item they order in the party, or they can split the total party amount evenly among each other. So, why should restaurants use Slate now? From the rise of COVID-19, the dining experience of physical menus and paper receipts is becoming ineffective and obsolete. Slate will increase restaurants' table turnover and enhance the service job by reducing the wasted time of collecting orders and processing payment. In addition, mobile ordering has been shown to increase the average bill size up to 35%, which will increase restaurants' revenue. We allow restaurants to focus on upselling their food and improve the overall customer experience. Now I'll hand it off to Anna to talk about our pricing model.
Thank you, Teresa. Splay uses a monthly subscription model. First, we charge restaurants a one-time setup fee of $5.99 to cover the cost of setting up the integration of restaurant POS systems, the maintenance of the application, and the distribution of the QR codes. We also offer restaurants a generous discount for onboarding, which is a 3-month free trial. After the free trial, restaurants will be charged $60 per month, and we take a profit from 0.25% of the monthly sales made through our app. The total available market is over 612 billion orders that are taken at casual dining restaurants, and over 51 billion orders are enhanced by technology in the total serviceable market. There will be 8.5 billion orders that are integrated with the innovative technology of Splate. We currently have a partnership with Tony Oyan. He's the restaurant owner of Ichiban Golden Dragon in South Bend, Indiana, who is interested in being our first user. Our target market is in small to mid-scale restaurants in major cities and around college areas, and this is where we see ourselves growing. Our competitors include Glide, ShoeCall, TableTap. However, Splate is the only platform that allows splitting the payment in the app. Splate has a natural upselling method based on customers' past orders and makes suggestions on what to order. We would also like to emphasize that we are a tool for servers. Unlike other platforms, we do not cut from servers' tips. And this is our team. I'm Anna Lian.
I'm Elizabeth Sun.
And I'm Teresa. We are Slate. Now we invite you to join us in revolutionizing the restaurant industry by creating a seamless dining experience. Thank you for listening. And now we open the floor to any questions.
So I'll ask, the question number 2 on your appendix. Are you taking jobs away from waiters and waitresses?
Yes, that's an excellent question. No, our core mission is not to take away specific jobs, but rather utilize specific technology to automate the restaurant industry and help waiters and waitresses in their job. Currently, in nations across the world, the automation trends are much higher. China currently leads in automation implementation. In 2019, over 92.3% of diners paid their restaurant bills through digital payments, and China's industrial robot sector is the largest and fastest growing in the world, growing to 5.4 billion in 2019 before COVID-19. Meanwhile, in the United States, restaurants such as Chili's or Applebee's are currently in the process of automating their service systems because they have found an increase in revenue by utilizing technology to automate. So we are kind of using the same technology as these services.
Thank you.
It feels like with COVID, going to restaurants and scanning, I mean, some things may just stay forever now, right? I think scanning the codes, I think people probably prefer that now, given that we've been accustomed to it. I had a question about the revenue stream though, with your beta customer from the Ichiban Golden Dragon place. Of those 3 different models, was he okay with the $5.99 setup fee and like the 0.25% of revenue? Did you get any feedback from him on some of those assumptions?
Yeah, so we talked to Tony about his revenue stream. And so apparently that his average order for each customer is $30, and that he would lose around 60 customers during his rush hour time limit. And usually he would think like he would assume that he would receive an average potential revenue gain of 700,000. And we want him to use Slate for that purpose. And so he thinks that the 0.25% per transaction is reasonable, considering that we're helping him increase his revenue stream up to 700,000 per year.
Got it. Okay. And so the 0.25 for him is negligible, then is what you're saying?
Yeah, because his net margin is pretty high, considering that he is next to Notre Dame University, and that during rush hour, a lot of college students would come increase, like an influx of them, and he would lose his customers because of his capacity. And so he believes that with Slate, customers can go in and out efficiently, and he can have an increase in the number of customers that go in.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Awesome. That's our 4 minutes. Thank you, Slate. That concluded the pitches for tonight. I hope all of you enjoyed watching these great startups pitch tonight. So now we are going to put the judges in a breakout room, and you will have 10 minutes to discuss and decide who comes in first place. In the last minute, at the 9-minute mark, Lily and I will be joining the breakout room to find out the verdict. So I'm going to open the rooms now for the judges.
Also a reminder for everyone watching now to scan the code to vote on your favorite startup. Yeah, Serena, can you open that up?
Audience choice is $500.
Yeah. So you can scan this QR code and vote for your favorite startup.
Can we stay in bed for 2 minutes longer? Wi-Fi's weak, but gin is stronger. Take a day off, get higher than the rent. Some mistakes I'd make again. It don't matter anymore, cause all I have is now. I know I'll get through the day. Girl, don't ask me how. Take me back to simpler times. Love me like 1995. They don't know about us when the going gets tough. Take me back to simpler times. Love me like 1995. They don't know about us when the going gets tough. Let me be a ghost boy, read me like some Tolstoy. Put up in a cab ride, spin on a tall boy. I'm just Michael from the block. Take me to the cookout, $1 a shot. Someone yelling world star, everybody stop. DJ with the beeswax, everybody drop. Who say no, Drake, take request then. Less than, I finna make an intervention. Polaroid pictures follow mention. Requesting another floppy by Preston. I'ma be the weekend, if you scissor me, I'm a John Lennon girl, just let it be. It don't matter anymore, cause all I have is now. I know I'll get through the day. Girl, don't ask me how. Take me back to simpler times. Love me like 1995. They don't know about us when the going gets tough. Take me back to simpler times. Love me like 1995. They don't know about us when the going gets tough. You know we just missed my stop. Maybe we could take a walk. Jill Scott, we could people watch. Rooftops, trust I know a spot. Anymore, cause all I have is now. I know I'll get through the day. Girl, don't ask me how. Take me back to simpler times. They don't know about us. Take me back to simpler times. They don't know about us when the going gets tough. I've been knowing that we can't last. Made it all up just to stay with you. Now I'm cheesing when you blow past. Yeah, if you take a slice of me, that's all alright with me.
Oh boy, you never see the smile in your eyes. Yeah, you wear a disguise. Yeah, you're so hard to find. So make up your mind, baby. I don't need no more maybes. And I tried to call you last night. All my friends said stop.
I've been knowing that we can't last. Made it all up just to stay with you. Now I'm cheesing when you blow past. Yeah, if you take a slice of me, that's all alright with me.
Well, it's not the same in the morning. I'm picking up signs that you're leaving, but we're deep in, so it depends. If this is how you want me, then I'm yours. It's just another body calling me over.
I don't know what you want me to say. It's been so long that I'm feeling this way. In your arms is my favorite place. Can we talk? I want you to say everything is changing. I love the life that we were making. It's not a walk in the park if I trip in the dark. It's the sign of the times and it's hard.
I've been knowing that we can't last. Made it all up just to stay with you. Now I'm cheesing when you blow past. If you take a slice of me, that's all alright with me.
Thanks, baby. Let's do it. Well, damn, you look so good. Laying there wearing nothing but my t-shirt. Your body's a neighborhood. Wanna drive my lips all around it, 'cause I'm holding my breath under the wind. You're gonna wake up in my arms, head on my chest, our hearts beating. I can't wait to kiss you each morning. The strawberry sky, 'cause I get so lost in your blueberry eyes. I'm running through my dreams too. See you in my life, 'cause I get so lost in your blueberry eyes.
내 그림자를 가둔 한 줄깃빛, 어둡기만 한 내 삶을 뒤집어 놓은 너. 나 어쩌면 아무것도 아닐지. 너를 만나기 전엔 그저 보잘것없던 나. 에이, 보잘것없던 나. 그저 내 삶은 다 하루를 대충 때우기에 급급했었잖아. 우리의 낮, 우리의 밤, 그래 우리의 삶. UARBMY like 서로 채팅하는 법, 서로의 다.
Strawberry sky, 'cause I get so lost in your blueberry eyes. I'm running through my dreams too. See you in my life, 'cause I get so lost in your blueberry eyes. See it, I want it, I gotta have it. I want it, I need it, that's what that plastic. Ooh, I'm living lavish. See, I buy everything but a broken heart. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. 2003, 2003. I got plastic. If it's not your plastic on me, oh boy, you nasty. Owens and Chloe and Ben always good. Caressing my body like no man ever could. I ain't got no ride, but I got that rhythm, babe. Can I get a ride? Cruise through my fast lane. I overdraft, I sell clothes, I get cash, I bend that. Push your fucking hands up. See it, I want it, I gotta have it. I want it, I need it, that's why that plastic. Ooh, I'm living lavish. Said I buy everything, but I probably everywhere I go, I'm smiling. And anything I want, I'm buying. You know my debt be multiplying. Yeah, I don't mind. For the first time, do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. 1,003.
I see it, I want it, oh babe, I got it. I don't think I just store it inside my pocket. I just went to the store and dropped all my profit. I'ma still find a way I can end up shopping. These are chewy, baby, I don't buy no talking. I sell a new piece when I buy one on the market. I miss my rhymes, so could I please get your pardon? This is the life of a struggling artist, yeah. Ain't gonna lie, don't want no racks. Fuck up a check and get it right back. Too bad for shit, wanna go smack. Boy, dreams for some Vambos and that's no cap. Use a track phone, then dispose that. Let the money disappear, more magic. Go dark web without no plasma.
Everywhere I go, I'm smiling. And anything I want, I'm buying. You know my debt be multiplying. Yeah, I don't mind. For the first time, do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. 1,003. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. 1,003.
I'm swimming in the mirror. Gucci man, wiggle in the vision. Heat waves, I'm swimming in the Gucci man, wiggle in the vision. Heat waves, I'm swimming in the mirror. Gucci man, wiggle in the vision. Heat waves, I'm swimming in the.
Usually I put something on TV, so we never think about you and me. But today I see our reflections clearly in Hollywood, laying on the screen. You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give.
Okay, we are back. Serena, is there a way to make sure that no one sees the slides that are below and update them? Or are they already updated?
Give me a moment. Let me pause my share and check.
Okay, just want to make sure before, don't want to spoil any surprises. And if everyone can have their, oh, everyone does have their video on. Amazing. Didn't even need to say it.
All right, the slides are indeed updated.
Okay, so first, congrats to all you guys. You all honestly blew me away. Kind of amazing. And all the judges were really impressed with your presentations. So good job, pat on the back. But yes, let's get into some prizes here. Okay. So first, the Audience Choice Award is, we had like over 200 votes come in, so exciting.
Over 300 actually.
Over
now.
300, I'm sorry, I was slow, oh my God. Rooty, congratulations. You guys get $5,000 or $500. I'm sorry. I can't with numbers today. $500. Congratulations. Okay. And now time for the big one, the Judges Award. This is going to be exciting. I'm really excited for this, but okay, Serena, go for it. We actually have two winners that are both going to receive $1,000 thanks to the Greif Center. PawnBlock and Cover, you guys both are getting $1,000. And an extra thank you for Monica Dean for allowing this to happen. Yay. Okay, Vera, you have any closing words before I go?
Yeah, I'm just really proud of all of you guys. All the hard work that you put in this semester has paid off, and all the pitches were amazing. And we had over 90 viewers on the Twitch platform as well. So great job, guys.
Yeah, I just want to say just a thank you to all the audience watching today and participating. And also thank you again for all the teams for pitching and for all your hard work this entire semester. And lastly, a big thank you for our judges for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and watch today. And once again, congrats to our winners, Rooty, PawnBlock, and Cover. You guys did great. But also to everyone else, I really hope that you guys continue working your starts because they're actually all really cool, and our judges were really impressed with all of them, and it was a very, very tough decision to make. So yeah, this is honestly my last demo day as president, and I really don't think I could have gone out on a better note. And with that, that concludes the Spring 2021 Xi Class Demo Day. Thank you all for watching and participating.
Great job, Lily and team. That was amazing.
Thank
Also,
you all. It was great.
No need to, sorry to interrupt. I believe our VP of Marketing is asking for a group photo. So everyone could turn on their cameras. I will be doing that really fast before I send everybody off. So, yeah. All right. All right, looks like we are almost all set. Maninder, I'm not sure if you want to turn on your camera, but if it's not possible, that is also totally fine. All right, let's get to it. I'll count off. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Yeah, same to you.
All right. Bye-bye.